Is Derek Lunsford scared of Nick Walker? It's a question a lot of people are asking on the various Facebook groups, the Instagram pages, subreddits, Periscope, Friendster, MySpace. Tom from MySpace, from what I understand, has even asked a question. Now, how do I know? I'm not in Mr. Olympia Derek Lunsford's head. But I do know that Mr. Olympia Derek Lunsford did beat Nick Walker in Pittsburgh. I know that Mr. Olympia Derek Lunsford won the Arnold Classic against Samson Dauda in Columbus, Ohio. So, from my purview, I don't really think that he would be scared of Nick. But I know that Nick has been pandering. He has been very inquisitive. He has been on various podcasts. I know that he has been talking to a lot of the pundits. And I feel that, if hype were a category, he would be beating, Derek Lunsford. But the thing is that Derek, by virtue of being a Mr. Olympia, by virtue of winning the Arnold Classic this year, by virtue of spanking Nick Walker in Pittsburgh in front of the president, the vice president, a who's who of the judges, legends like Tom Platz and Kevin Levrone and people like that go to the president's show and they're like, look, Derek beat Nick Walker. There's Nick Walker taking second place. Oh, Nick Walker, he was supposed to win this show and he lost. That is demoralizing to a guy like Nick Walker. It is heartbreaking. So what did he do? He went to the New York Pro and he won a show that Derek wasn't in, or Martin, or really anybody else. But he still won it, right? Because, he had to win something. He barely beat William Bonac, but he won because he was a better bodybuilder. So it only stands to reason that Derek might be scared of Nick Walker. It has been said, and I don't necessarily disagree, that Nick Walker is one of the greatest African-American bodybuilders currently competing, that he is the biggest bodybuilder currently competing, and that he has the heart of 10 men. I mean, I don't know which 10 men, but look, the guy is eating as many as 15 times a day, according to some people on the various message boards. Some people say that he has an IV drip of whey protein isolate with creatine monohydrate. I don't know if that's true because I don't sleep at Nick's house. But, look, he's talking up a lot. He's looking phenomenal. I mean, I look at him, I'm like, this guy could easily be, in the top 10 of any Mr. Olympia in the 1990s. I mean, this guy, when you look at, let's be real here. Who's a better bodybuilder at 100%? The Nick Walker we see now or Flex Wheeler at the 1998 Mr. Olympia? I mean, that's a pretty obvious one, right? Right? Lee Haney at the height of his career, could he compare to Nick Walker right now? I mean, these are honest questions I'm asking you guys here. Ronnie Coleman in 2003, could he have beaten Nick Walker as we see him today? I mean, we are seeing greatness before our very eyes. So, sure, there's a possibility that Derek is looking at this and he is shaking in his boots. But if that's the case, Derek, fear not. You're a Christian. You've got Jesus. And when Jesus is your co-pilot, you've got nothing to fear, my friend, brother. So the reality of the matter is that I don't know if Derek is scared of Nick Walker. But I believe that his faith in Jesus Christ will get him through that fear. And he will be able to lay his head at night and go to sleep. And he will be able to rise up like the Lord did on the third day. Although really, technically, he rose up after 48 hours. But he rose up on the third calendar day. And that big boulder was rolled over. And when they went to look for him, they went to look for Jesus. Well, Jesus, not Jesus is the gardener. They went to look for Jesus. He was gone. And that is because he rose up to heaven. And he is seated at the right hand of the Father. And he will come back to judge the living and the dead. The point, though, is that Derek doesn't really have to be all that concerned because he won the Mr. Olympia and Nick has not. So Derek has one Mr. Olympia and Derek... Wait, did I say that right? Derek has one Mr. Olympia, one, and Nick has 0. So, I mean, that right there, right? But they've both won an Arnold Classic. And I don't think Derek has ever won the New York Pro, but why would you want to win the third biggest bodybuilding show 3 times when you've won the biggest bodybuilding show? So the reality of the matter is, like, if you go into Derek Lunsford's apartment, then you will see a Sandow over his makeshift fireplace. If you go into Nick Walker's double wide, and let's say he had a fireplace in there, there is no Sandow. There's like probably 3 New York Pro rings, which might turn your finger green. I don't know if it rains. And he may have an Arnold Classic. What do they give? A trophy or something? I think they give like a chunk of glass or something like that. But he does not have a Sandow. So Derek 1, Nick 0. But that could be the fire that is getting Nick Walker out of bed, and going to the gymnasium and pumping iron and eating all those chicken breasts and broccolis, and cauliflower rice and asparagus, and people have said, like, what does the man do when he wants salt? What does the man do when he wants peanut butter? What does the man do when he wants ice cream? He doesn't need any of that. He is fueled by an undying passion to be crowned the greatest bodybuilder in the world, so that when he goes around the country, he can hold his head up high and answer to the call of Mr. Olympia. There's a very, very select few men that can say that they're Mr. Olympia. Right now, Nick Walker cannot say that he's Mr. Olympia. Derek can. And I think that may keep Derek up at night, wondering, will Nick Walker come to Las Vegas, Nevada? And will he stop Derek, Samson, Hottie, and more importantly, Martin, and emerge Mr. Olympia? That's got me scared. It's probably got Derek scared too. I bet you Derek is as scared of Nick Walker as he is of Jason Genova.